This is the Dray Way. Thanks for joining me. Let's get the show started. Yeah. Yes, we have a really good show today because I want to talk to you guys about, what I saw last night. I was watching the DNC Convention last night, and Michelle Obama. Well, let's start the show off with talking about Michelle Obama. And we should be talking about her. Because I don't know it doesn't matter if you're Republican, Democrat, Independent. If you like to watch a talented public speaker, you just watched somebody that is as good as anyone you will find, because she was absolutely captivating. She was interesting. She knew how to bring the audience in. She knew how to be emotional. It was just, if you want to learn how to public speak, you watch that speech over and over and over again, because it was perfect. And it doesn't matter. Again, some of you are like, oh, it was Michelle Obama. Listen, this is a fact you should get over right now. If she wanted to be president, she could be president right now. And you know what anybody could do about it? Nothing. All she would have to do is say, yeah, I want to be president. And I don't even know if the Republicans would run a campaign against her. Why would you bother? It would be a landslide no matter what. But, I digress. What I really want to focus on is not so much the DNC, even though the DNC is doing a really good job. The roll call, I don't know about you, but that roll call was cool. And I got to learn some things about states I didn't even know. I'm sitting there going, wonder what this state's going to play. Wonder what that state's going to play. Come on. Minnesota plays Prince. Eminem for Michigan. Come on. It doesn't get any better than that. It just doesn't get any better than that. But, the main thing I wanted to talk to you guys about today is the election itself. Because let's face facts. We don't exactly get the facts from the mainstream media. The mainstream media seems to be all over the place. And basically what they're trying to do is they're trying to tell you just how close it is. But I can tell you that you can see the excitement. You can see the enthusiasm. You can sense it. You can feel it. And the money is, guys, listen to what I'm saying. The Democratic Party has raised $500 million in 1 month. Trump is having some type of rallies, but he's having them in parking lots. Have you noticed? They're not in venues. That's because he owes them money. He's literally holding rallies in parking lots. And it's just, it's not going over. And here they have the DNC. They have Obama and Obama. And then why the place is packed going crazy, the future vice president and president are in Milwaukee to a packed out house. And it was just, I was blown away because, I like to believe that I'm really good at the strategy of figuring out how these politicians get to 270. Like I said before, I've studied it a very long time, and watching Harris and Tim Walz, watching them do this, and watch them be strategic, and watch them, tactically going here, and just shoring up the things that they need to shore up to win the election. Because make no mistake, the election is just about 270. That's all this is about. Get me to 270. I don't care how I got to get there. Get me to 270. But between the ground game, the advertising, the momentum, I don't see how Trump or Trump followers really believe they have a shot in this election. Right now, today, if I was to guess, 76 days away, we're 76 days away from the election. If I was to guess today, I would say 319 for Harris, 219 for Trump. And that's without flipping Florida. And as we get closer to the election day, I'll let you know more information about that. But I'm starting to believe in my heart of hearts, and the data is starting to show she's got a real chance at flipping Florida. Yeah, I know. I know what you're saying. No, can't flip Florida. Florida has the abortion on the ticket, and it has legalizing marijuana on the ticket. So it very well could go blue. And if it goes blue, then Trump doesn't even hit 200, which would be, that would be an embarrassment. But no matter what happens, because everybody has been asking me, what happens after the election? This is what happens after the election. The Republican Party pretends they know nothing about Trump. Trump is going to disappear. I mean, after he loses the presidency, after he loses the House, after he loses the Senate, there's not going to be any point in talking about him anymore. But, as far as Pennsylvania right now, she's ahead in Pennsylvania. Michigan, she's ahead in Michigan. Wisconsin, she's ahead in Wisconsin. So, and now, I just saw a poll just maybe a few hours ago, she's 3 points up in North Carolina. Yeah, North Carolina. So, can you imagine at the start of this election that you put Carolina in her column at the beginning of the night? But I will be on live, just so you guys know, on TikTok. I will be live, at Drayton. I will be live on TikTok during the whole election night from 5 p.m. Eastern to midnight for 7 straight hours. I will be with you guys, all right? So, I don't want this whole video to be all about the election, but I wanted to talk to you about it because in the next section, I want to talk to you guys about real estate and what's going on, because the rules just recently changed, or at least they were supposed to change. So I wanted to give you a little bit of an election update, and the election update is this. We're in the middle right now of the DNC Convention. Day 1, day 2, absolutely 10 out of 10. They hit it out of the park. The people watching is in the tens of millions. The audience is almost double what it was for the Republican National Convention. So I'm excited to see what happens tonight. Tonight we're at the midpoint of the convention. Who knows what's going to happen tonight? But I can imagine even more people are going to be turning up for Clinton. But enough of the election. Part 2. Let's get ready. Let's talk about real estate. Real estate. Let's talk about it, because everything was supposed to change. August 17th, everything changes. Real estate agents are going to do things completely differently. Yeah, that's not happening. And real estate agents are still colluding with agents, trying to find out what the compensation is, instead of, what real estate agents just don't understand. It's buyer pays buyer agent. If you have a buyer agent, the buyer pays you. It's that simple. End of story. Can the seller pay? But that should be a last alternative. Because as a seller, if you bring me a buyer that's asking for money from me and I have another buyer that's not, buy your offer. If you're asking money from me, your offer is always going to go on the bottom. Your offer always goes on the bottom because it's buyer pays buyer agent. That's what the Department of Justice wants. But of course, real estate agents they're not paying attention to the new rules. They don't care. All they care about is taking as much money from sellers as humanly possible. And if you want to sell your house, don't you dare use a real estate agent that tells you have to pay a buyer to do it. You can list the house yourself for just $1,000, and I can show you exactly how to do it. Wouldn't you rather try selling your house yourself for $1,000 than give some real estate agent 6% of your home's value? Think about that. If you have a $600,000 home, that's $36,000 just to sell your house. That is insane. That is crazy. That is completely and totally unnecessary. I can show you step by step and hold your hand the entire way and show you how to sell your house for just $1,000. Yep, you can get it listed and sold $1,000. Now, do you have to put a little work in? Yeah, you're gonna have to fill out some paperwork, but that's it. You gotta fill out some paperwork and then you're done. And then you're advertised, you're promoted, and you're ready to sell your house. We'll show you exactly what to do. We'll be there to help you step by step by step. Now, wouldn't you rather do that for $1,000 than have some real estate agent going, well, you better offer compensation to a buyer's broker or your house isn't gonna sell. Yeah, this is what they're trying to scare you with. This is the nonsense that they are continuing to do, and they just don't care. They had to pay hundreds of millions of dollars for colluding to rip off their clients. And guess what they're continuing to do? They're continuing to rip off their clients. And they're gonna end up in court again because they just don't listen. And it's so simple. Everybody wants to know, what's this all about? What's this on? It's so simple. Buyer pays buyer agent. That's it. That's what the whole thing's about. But they don't want to do that. They want to come after the seller's money. They don't want to take money from the buyer. They're like, oh, the poor buyer, we don't want to take money from them. The seller is the rich one. We want to rip them off. And they're not joking. They want your money. They want as much of your money as possible. Because if you think you're a seller and you're going to hire a real estate agent and they're on your side, they're not on your side. They're trying to get what they want is their job to be as easy as possible. I'll list your house for 3% and then I'll offer a huge bag of money. You're not smart enough to offer a bag of money for your house. You can list your house for $1,000. If you want to offer a bag of money, offer a bag of money. But you don't need to list it for 3%. You can list it for $1,000 and have somebody advising you the entire way and have somebody helping you with pictures and making the pictures look perfect. Yeah, you can have all of that for $1,000. Or you can hire a real estate agent who's going to take tens of thousands of dollars from you. It's up to you. But this whole thing of, oh, real estate's changing. Oh, we've learned our lesson. We're not going to do what we did and you know, that we're paying out hundreds of millions of dollars because we were ripping off their clients. It's exactly what they're going to do. It's what they're still doing. They haven't listened one bit. They are still trying to get you to offer money for a buyer's agent. And it's not your responsibility. If a buyer wants a buyer's agent, the buyer pays for him. Asking me, the seller, to pay for your buyer agent, the guy or the girl that's working against me, makes no sense. Don't do it. Don't tolerate it. Take an hour out of your life, 1 hour, and list the house yourself. And get help from a professional that will teach you step by step exactly what to do so you can do it yourself. Because I promise you, you know what real estate agents really do? Nothing. I know it's hard to believe, but they literally don't do anything. They tell you how hard they work, but no, they're not working hard at all. Oh, I work hard for my clients. I do this for my clients. No. There's a contract. It goes over to title, and title does most of the work. And of course, you have a lawyer look it over, and the lawyer professionally looks over the contract because a real estate agent isn't a professional to be reviewing contracts. They're not professionals on contract law. Lawyers are. So what's the real purpose of a real estate agent? Just to get in the middle of a transaction as much as possible to make you believe they're actually doing something. But guess what? They're not. So if you want to do it yourself, if you want to save yourself tens of thousands of dollars, please send me a message. Go over to TikTok. Check me out on TikTok. It's Drayton. It's at Drayton at TikTok. I go live every morning at 7 a.m. Pacific. If you haven't checked out one of my lives, please do. But over here, I'm allowed to talk about whatever I want. And over here, I'm going to be talking about politics and I'm going to be talking about real estate, because those are the two things that are hot right now and everybody has questions about. So if you have questions, put them in the comments. If you're not a subscriber yet, what are you waiting for? Seriously. Come on. Hit the subscriber button. Be a subscriber. If you get a chance to check me out at TikTok, go check me out over TikTok. But stay tuned. I'm going to have we're going to do a show every couple of days to keep you up on what's going on in the election. And also every few days to keep you up on what's going on in real estate, because, yeah, these real estate agents were supposed to be doing something different. And if you look around the country, they're not. They're still trying to take advantage of their clients. So get the real information on politics and real estate right here. That's it for this show. We'll be wrapping up this show, but we'll be kicking off another one in just a couple of days. Thanks for joining me. We'll see you later.